Can you not have a cigarette in your hand whilst we film? Alright. Books to Huda!
Books to Huda.
Guess who's back?
Me!
Yeah! It's Ike. We are here today because we went thrift shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And we bought a bunch of books, but we're gonna show you what we got. Ike got way more than I did, so why don't you start us off? And probably start with your antiquated listening.
No, I want to save that.
Okay,
one.
saving that
I'm
for
on a
last.
roll.
It's still going.
Oh. How do I know if I'm in frame?
Okay. I just have a habit, like, I have a habit of watching myself. And
right, instead of the camera?
Instead of the camera, yeah. So look here. We're professionals.
Sandy actually found this. It's, pretty cool. I guess it's like a catalog of, well, it's not like a catalog for sale, it's like a historical book of lighters.
Like cool
from
lighters.
Different countries and time periods.
Like really ornate ones.
It's pretty neat. I don't know what I'm showing you. I'm not supposed to look at myself.
You can.
Apparently.
As long as you don't spend the whole video going, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Must have been a lighter.
I
From
wish
Japan,
they would. I wish they would show it like lit up too.
Yeah.
Like they could show a picture of it closed and then one ignited. That'd be really cool. That's cool. Like a Stein, and this is the one from the cover.
Yeah, that's probably from.
It's Britain.
Not Germany. I wasn't gonna say Germany.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool.
That is cool. Ooh, a typewriter.
Like a really small,
typewriter.
cool coffee
That is
table
cool.
book.
Mm-hmm.
Pumped.
Yeah.
I guess Glee Ascendini wrote it.
The famous.
Or published it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is cool.
Your turn.
This one, since you showed one that I showed to you, I'll show one that Ike showed to me. This is a Penguin Classic new translation of the Saga of the People of Laxerdal and Bolly Bollison's Tale. I don't know any of that, but I've been having this weird urge to read Middle English literature, or like old literature for a while. And
Yeah, I think that's Icelandic.
yeah, it's probably old though. The story did pull me in. Gudrun is headstrong, proud, and the most beautiful woman in Iceland. The tragic story of how she comes to betray and destroy the only man she has ever truly loved lies at the the heart of this forceful family saga.
Forceful.
Oh no! Written around 1245.
See, come on.
Ha!
It's a saga.
I knew it! 1245. So it's old.
You act like I was arguing with you about it being old.
So... Ooh, we gotta do a thumbnail.
Drew should make a
Yeah.
cameo appearance.
Right, yeah. You can... What are you reading? You have a book.
The camera's not even pointed at him.
Drew is an avid reader and likes classical texts.
I am a nerd, so I am reading Cicero. It is a translation of Cicero. Right now I'm in his Speeches Against Catiline, the first one, because it's a classic.
Next
Thank
book.
you, Drew.
Yes. Thank you for guest
still
starring in our
hanging
guest
out?
star episode.
Okay, next I got Selected Stories of O. Henry. I've never read anything by him before.
Me either. Maybe in like...
But always
elementary
wanted
school.
to. I don't even know why.
It's Barnes & Noble Classic Edition.
Yeah.
That is quite a moustache.
Yeah, check
the moustache. There it is, it's focused. That is quite a moustache.
The moustache.
Oh my, okay.
It's a nice
I thought
color,
I hadn't
purple.
pushed record. I was like, oh no, we've been doing this. I did push record. You do another one, because I have half the books that you do. This one's really cool.
This is really cool. Really strange. It's an illustrated clock catalog. Like grandfather clocks, mostly, or hanging. They're still
Hanging
called
clocks.
grandfather clocks
Yeah,
if they're
I
small
guess.
and hanging. I don't know.
Fancy
It's
clocks.
really neat. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like the lighter book, but even cooler.
Because they're hand-drawn illustrations
Yeah.
of clocks. And this
Just
apparently
random opening.
is a reprint of an 1881 clock catalog that they made in 1981 at the Great Lakes Regional Festival or something. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I got the third edition of the Norton Anthology of Short Fiction, mostly because I looked at the table of contents and there was a lot of stuff in here that I don't have that I've wanted to read. Oh, Heart of Darkness is in here. Okay, so I have it now, even if I didn't before. And also because I've been wanting to read The Metamorphoses lately by Kafka, and it's in here. And just lots of people whose names I know, but I haven't actually read anything of theirs. So I'm looking forward to working my way through this, and I actually will work. I have a couple other Norton's anthologies upstairs that I've never like cracked the spines of, but this one I will at least start with the Metamorphoses. So that's kind of cool.
Cs.
Yeah. Is it cis?
Yeah.
In England they call it the
that's
that's
Ovid.
Ovid
Morphoses, which I have read some of that. So.
I have not, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I have read the Metamorphosis. It's
Yes.
good. I don't think she'll like it. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, that could be our next video, like thoughts on the Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I could reread it.
Yeah, show your
Been a
copy.
while.
Your turn.
Yeah,
I gave it away.
It's in this too,
I'll cut that out.
which was what, like $1.50.
I
But
mean, it
it's
was
a
not
really
more
nice
than
copy.
$2.
Like they have a
Yeah.
whole. I guess it's Schocken is the publisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a whole like really nicely designed and covered Kafka series
So this
that
is
I've
the
wanted for a while, and this
completed?
is just the complete short stories, I believe, like
Yeah.
and novellas. Look at the yellow on black, though. Really nice.
I only have 3 left, so.
This one, my dear sister picked up as a joke,
Yeah.
saying like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a
and I was like,
novelization of the 5th movie, I thought.
"Fourth, is it? Pirates of the Caribbean."
Yeah, 4th
right?
Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And he's like, no, that's the book that
This
the
is actually,
first one
yeah,
is based on.
the entire series is based on this, and I
had
kind
no
of
idea.
have a thing for, like, pirates. It's just romantic and awesome. So, this has been in my Amazon cart for a long time, and it's like $6 there, and it was way cheaper here.
Yeah, and it's in
So I'm
like,
kinda
it doesn't
pumped
even look like
to
anybody
read it.
opened it. It
No.
looks perfect condition.
This was also mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Heart of Darkness. It's a Norton.
It's one of my favorite, horribly depressing works of literature. But yeah, in this big, thick volume, the actual text of this work takes up 70 pages, and it's 500 pages long. And it's Norton, so
Yeah, so there's a
you
lot
have to believe it's all quality work,
Right,
contextual and critical and all that. This cover is just great. I think I have a copy of this. I haven't read it yet,
Lost. Yeah.
but the notes look good.
Yeah, it has a lot of footnotes. Like
It's Norton-esque, I guess.
you were looking at getting a combination of Paradise Lost and Paradise Found. Is that what it's called?
Regained.
Regained. Okay, and it was both in one like shitty Bantam edition or something. And he was like, "Wow, this looks really short. I thought it was a lot longer." And I was like, "Well, other editions probably have way more footnotes than this."
Yeah.
And then we found this one and flipped to a page with many. I mean, any.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
It's
like
middling.
many of these have. They're like. There's so many pages that are like half or at least a fourth footnotes.
Yeah.
So, and someone definitely took a lot of time with this edition. So you've got a ton of marginalia to read, which I always really enjoy that, like reading marginalia by other people to see what kind of person read the book first. And this is definitely 2 different people have read this because one of the marginalia is in all caps and the other is in a weird cursive. It's like a repeated thing. So that's definitely more than you were like the 3rd person. You have to do your own marginalia and like come back. That'd be a cool video.
Yeah.
Everybody in the comments, bug Ike to start his own channel. I'll even edit his videos for him. He just needs to make the footage.
I prefer being a guest.
Okay. I think you should start a podcast about music, but that's just me. Anyway,
Yeah, I should be the musical guest, the
Yeah.
occasional.
well, we keep wanting to do
Look forward to that, maybe.
We've
sometime.
tried. This one is a book that I read when I was a kid, and I've had it in my Amazon like wish list for years, but I've never pulled the trigger because I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever read it again. And then I saw it, and I was really happy. This is not the cover that I read it when I was a kid because I don't like that she's blonde. But of course, on an older cover, she would be blonde. But this is The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Spear. Read this when I was a kid, loved it. And I don't remember a thing about it, but it's really short, so I'll read it sometime this week, I hope, and get back to you.
I don't know much about, well, I know about the Humans of New York blog, and I know that this is probably like a $25 book in, like, new in, like, a brand new store. And, I like the blog. I think it's thought-provoking and, empathy-inducing and just generally interesting. I don't know what the difference between Humans of New York Stories is and the book that I have that is Humans of New York.
Period.
But opening it, I didn't recognize any of the, photos and
Okay.
stories going along with. So I guess maybe it's just another volume. I'll have to check that out. But
so it's pictures of people in New York and they're like a quote or something?
yeah. It's a Tumblr. It's pretty easy to check out. It's well worth your time, I think. It's a neat idea and well executed. So.
By Brandon Stanton.
Yeah. No, it's just like some guy, a photographer, who decided to go around New York and ask people if he could take their picture and if they wanted to say anything about themselves. So it's really cool.
So, next book.
Dashiell Hammett, Maltese Falcon.
The movie is pretty okay.
The movie's excellent. Haven't read the book. The cover's awesome.
Is that Lauren Bacall?
Yes.
No. Is it?
No, I don't
I don't think so.
I don't think she's in.
No,
Maltese
she's
Falcon.
not. I mean...
Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
edit this out. We don't know.
Marginalia.
Look it up. Where's your phone?
We've both seen the movie multiple times, like we should know.
But it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Mary Astor. So yeah,
okay.
it is not.
If any of you out there know who Lauren Bacall was, kinda looks like her with all that shadow.
And she and Boogie were together for a while, right?
Yeah, so till the end of till he died
Till he died.
of esophageal cancer from too many non-filter cigarettes. Final words. Do you know the final words about her?
Dad's told me. What are they?
I never should have switched from scotch to martinis.
Good final words, as far as it goes.
Befitting of a Hollywood badass.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm not sure about.
Put it in lower cases so it focuses. You gotta hide behind the book. Okay, there we go.
Always wanted to read some of his plays. Haven't yet.
Henrik Ibsen.
Yeah, right. Well,
What are the names of the plays?
A Doll's House, Ghosts, An Enemy of the People, and The Wild Duck.
An Enemy of the People's really good and a classic.
Drew approves.
He doesn't steer us wrong.
No, yeah, he doesn't. Also, kind of not sure about this one either. Pete Hamill wrote it. It's a novel, but right, yes. Do you see it if I'm holding it up?
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice to say it out loud.
Yeah,
I usually forget.
North River by Pete Hamill.
Yes.
The only thing that drew me to this really is that I've watched Ken Burns' Prohibition documentary, and it's excellent. And Pete Hamill has a lot of interesting things to say.
I am so going to use the Ken Burns feature on iMovie when you say Ken Burns.
You can tag it.
Well, no, what you do. So Ken Burns' move is
It's in black and white.
No, it's so much funnier than that. So you know how in Ken Burns he'll put a photo up, and then he'll zoom into the important part.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just that. It's yeah. So we will be doing that. Okay.
Thackeray, Vanity Fair. Another one I've always meant to read, but I probably wouldn't have picked it up if the cover wasn't so beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of well presented. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have anything else to say. Sorry.
Not really, no.
So, I didn't ever care about it before because it doesn't sound interesting to me until I did my critical history paper on Gone with the Wind, and somebody wrote a paper comparing Scarlett O'Hara to Becky Sharp, the heroine of Vanity Fair, and now I want to read it because I really like Scarlett O'Hara. End of speech. Beer break. Can you bring me a seltzer? I found 2 books by Toni Morrison in great shape. They had another one that matched this, The Bluest Eye, but I already have that, so I didn't get it. Tar Baby and Jazz, and Toni Morrison is great. I've only read, you heard it here first, guys. Toni Morrison is great. Which one have I read? Shoot, Beloved. I do have Sula. Thank you. Got my Pamplemousse, and I'll probably read Jazz first, just because I like the cover, frankly. It's orange.
Jazz, I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Novel.
It's Toni Morrison. They're all great. So, I will get to these. All right. That's the end of my haul. I got 5 books. Did a whopping 10 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, last book of the haul. This one, neither of us had heard of before.
No. Piers the Ploughman by Langland, who, according to the back of this Penguin Classics version, was an unknown minor cleric of the late 14th century.
Yeah, why?
That's just up my alley? I don't know.
I mean, what is...
It's all-
like,
it's
how
like
can
a
they
long
say it's
form-
Langland if they... Okay, nothing is known for certain about the life of William Langland, an obscure 14th century cleric, but a tentative outline can be made from supposedly autobiographical elements in the manuscript of his poem. So
Yeah,
there's...
this is a poem, not...
It's a
It's all a
poem.
poem, apparently.
Well, it's... Maybe it was written
I don't
in...
know.
When was it written? 14th century... So that...
1300.
Presumably when he lived.
13... So anyway... It's interesting,
I really
probably.
want to read this before the end of the year, and if I do, I will get back to
You'll
you
have
about
to
it,
tell us
because
about
it must be interesting.
Yeah.
It must be. Look at it.
Look at it.
How can it not be interesting?
And the last thing of the haul...
It's not a book,
Not a
but
book.
it is the soundtrack to The Crow.
Meaning the score.
One of my Huh?
The score. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
The score.
Original motion picture score to one of my favorite, questionably good movies. I think it's good. It's fucking fantastic. Am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Okay.
I've sworn. I trim my F word usage, but I do swear a lot.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like... I mean, I say fuck a lot in my daily life, so... Fuck it.
Why? I don't know. There are a lot of great songs on the soundtrack. I can't say I've paid a lot of attention to the score, but that movie's just mind-blowing. Also, speaking of movies, rest in peace, Harry Dean Stanton. Died today. He was awesome.
It's September 16th.
Yeah. it is.
Yes. I'm gonna try to edit this tomorrow, but just in case I don't. Okay, so that is all the books that we got.
Oh, in other book news, long story, but my truck was stolen
Oh, yeah.
last weekend in Michigan.
That's why he's here.
Yeah, that is why I mean. But going to a Queens of the Stone Age show, and it just disappeared overnight off the street. And I was distraught because I'm currently pretty entrenched in the Game of Thrones book series, and my copy of Clash of Kings, actually,
Which
her
was
copy
previously
of
my
Clash
Clash of Kings, but I gave it away.
was in the truck. And it was still there when I picked it up from Impound.
They didn't steal
So,
it.
I'm excited.
So that's what you're reading. He's also... Are you in the middle of the second book of... His Dark Materials?
I'm in the third book.
I know, but I forgot. So I'm very excited because the Book of Dust is coming out on October 19th. So you need to
Yeah.
finish the series before that happens. So we
Yeah.
could read it together. We haven't read a book together in
That's
like
true.
a really long time.
I'm also in the middle of the autobiography of Malcolm X, which is excellent. And yeah, I don't know.
I have... Well, he listened to it a little bit too yesterday on the ride. I'm listening to the Harry Potter audiobook read by Jim Dale, which I like, except for Hermione's voice is the worst. Okay.
Alright,
Books to
books to
Huda.
Huda. Your cup's empty.
Not quite. Just barely. About free was spelled.
Put your face in it. Get this out. All right.
We here at Books to Huda do not
condone smoking.
tobacco consumption.
We do not.
in any form.
Put it.
It's very. I can see. See, this is why we need to see.
Okay,
ourselves.
go move them into the blank space. There you go.
Blank space. What a great song.